My family tried to kick me off a luxury mountain vacation I paid for so my little sister's new boyfriend could take my spot. They said it like it was normal. A few hours later, they were stranded at a resort with no cabin and no way to fix it. In my family, there was an invisible rule book, and rule 1 was always, my sister came first. She was the free spirit. I was the responsible one. I learned that at 10, when my parents slid my birthday telescope into her room to keep the peace. I learned it again at my college graduation, when my celebration got bumped for her latest big opportunity. So when my mom texted me a selfie of them at a festival without me, wish you were here, something in me finally snapped. That night I spiraled through travel sites, not for fun, but for leverage. I found a luxury cabin with a hot tub and ski access. I booked a full week. I also paid for an SUV rental and 4 prepaid ski passes. When I presented it at dinner, they lit up. My mom gasped. My dad called me so generous. My sister grabbed my arm and squealed, "You're the best." For one warm minute, I felt like I mattered. A week before we left, my sister casually asked about food because her boyfriend was vegetarian. I froze. She laughed and changed the subject. I let myself believe it was nothing. Hope will straight up lie to you. The next morning, I showed up at my parents' house with my suitcase, already smiling. His duffel bag sat by the door, parked next to hers like it belonged there. He had one arm around my sister, looking awkward, but not awkward enough to leave. My mom rearranged coasters like it was her job. My dad stared out the window. Then my sister said it. "He's coming with us." My mom jumped in fast with, "Now don't get upset, honey." My dad tried the calm voice. "We talked last night." I looked at his bag by the door. Then I looked at my suitcase in my hand. After that, my dad cleared his throat, slow and loud. Next, my mom stepped forward, palms up, pleading. Then my sister shrugged like this was a weather report. Then she said, "He can't be alone all week." Again, I said the obvious out loud. "The cabin sleeps 4. Then my mom smiled like she was being reasonable. Then she said, "Right, so you'll sit this one out." After that, my dad added, "You're so independent, you'll understand." Next, he tossed in, "We'll pay you back later." Then my sister snapped, "Don't be dramatic, we'll bring you back a souvenir." A souvenir from the trip I funded. Something in me went cold. I nodded once and said, "Fine." Relief washed over the room. They thought fine meant I'd stay small. I walked out, got in my car, and cried exactly 1 ugly minute. Then my phone buzzed. My sister texted, "Send the SUV confirmation. We're heading out soon. No apology. No are you okay. Just admin, just a demand." So I drove to a park and handled admin. I called the rental agency and canceled the SUV, my name, my card. I refunded the ski passes online. Then I called the cabin company and canceled the reservation, even though it was non-refundable. Before I hung up, I asked about their check-in policy. The primary guest and cardholder had to be present. Me. No exceptions, the agent said. Even if I'd done nothing, they still couldn't check in without me. I went home, made tea, and put my phone face down. The silence felt odd at first, then it felt like oxygen. Soon the text started. "My dad, they're saying the SUV is canceled. Call and fix this." My mom, "Please fix this." My sister, "What did you do?" Her boyfriend texted, "Fix this right now." I didn't reply, and I let them drive 4 hours thinking the cabin was still waiting. By mid-afternoon, the messages turned frantic. "They won't give us a key. There are no cabins. We had to get a motel." Then came the rage. "You ruined everything. You're selfish." Funny, because the only thing I refused to fund was my own erasure. 2 days later, my mom emailed, "We need to talk." I unblocked her for 1 call. They yelled about money. My sister cried about being embarrassed. My dad barked, "You humiliated this family." When they finally stopped, I said, "You chose him over me, so you don't get me, or anything attached to my name." Then I told them not to contact me and blocked them again. I meant it. They told relatives I had a jealous meltdown. A cousin called to check in and said nobody was buying it. I didn't need the jury, I just needed the quiet. Now I'm planning my next trip for me. Solo, booked in my name, no guest to negotiate with. My spot is guaranteed. If your family tried to replace you on your own vacation, what would you do? Drop your take in the comments.